Right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash, honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation, brothers doing the work in sincerity and in truth. Those for elect, the brothers waiting, praying every day for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua to return so we can get out this place. Peace and salutation to you, brothers. This is a Newsweek article. It says U.S. COVID-19 could cost U.S. $7 trillion. Caused worst job losses since the Depression, professors estimate. Okay. When it was done, this was done on the 23rd, so it was recent, about a month ago now. It says an Indiana economics professor predicted on Sunday that the coronavirus pandemic could cost the U.S. $7 trillion and by June the domestic unemployment rate will be larger at any point since the Great Depression. So, okay, it says with confirmed cases COVID-19 rapidly escalating across America, federal and local government have moved to suspend domestic large sectors activities to contain the outbreak. And as bars, malls, and dining establishments continue to close around the country, millions of Americans have either already been laid off from their jobs, will likely be will likely be soon. Okay, because remember this is probably a month ago. Without vigorous steps, the CDC estimates the COVID-19 will infect 70 to 150 million Americans. It has. I mean, in certain places, but these numbers are kind of inflated. It says in the next few months, of whom 80% will get sick. Okay, so right now, this is a future. This is a past article, but it's just going from off the time it was going off. There was what they were speaking off of. Michael Hicks, director of the Center of Business and Economics, research, the professor of economics in the Miller College of Business at Ball State University, told Newsweek of those who fall ill, 5% will need hospitalizations. And that's true. A lot of them are going into the hospital, which you kind of shouldn't, but some are having severe reactions. Okay, 1.2% would die. Okay, this would have enormous economic costs. Right, because basically America, when the stimulus packages that they put out, it was $6 trillion, but it's gonna probably cost more, probably up to $10 trillion. We are in recession, which will be a very deep one. Hicks wrote. So this probably leads to a recession because a lot of businesses haven't. Well, we're in a recession. Are not going to recover. You know, a lot of small mom and pops business won't recover from this, from being shut down after a month. And as of March 1st, the U.S. had 2.66 million waiters and waitresses. Nearly all of them are now unemployed. The U.S. unemployment rate will double in 2 weeks and will rise to double digits by May. So, okay, let me just keep reading. Hicks estimates that by June, the unemployment rate across the country will be higher than at any point since the Great Depression. And the Great Depression, it was stagnant. It was horrible. He went on to argue that many American economists have called for rapid and expensive intervention, right? Because they see how the country is falling apart. No one's working, and predicted that without such aggressive action, the cost of the disease will likely total roughly 7 trillion. Okay, I have noted before that the mathematics epi, epi, epidot, epi, it, epidemiology are similar to mathematics of economics. We economists can see their work and put number figures to the so like in this word epidemiology and epidemiological estimates, wrote Hicks. By my reckoning, without these aggressive actions, the cost of the most optimistic estimate of the disease in the U.S. exceeds 5 trillion. Right, it has. Medicare costs will add perhaps another 2 trillion. So they're coming from a point where they're you know from that time, but this thing might reach more, up to 10 trillion. Economists like it have called for aggressive action by the federal government to mitigate the economic cost of the virus. So they want to see how can they get the gist of the whole cost of the whole matter from the virus, because of the virus, which would involve the most wide-ranging borrowing scheme since World War II. So they're going to borrow this money, according to the New York Times. Okay. As of Sunday morning, domestic cases of the COVID virus exceeded 26,000, with at least 340 recorded deaths and 176 recoveries. With these figures, the U.S. has become the country with the fourth most number of positive coronavirus cases, following China, Spain, and Italy. The number of cases worldwide has surpassed 311,000 and more than 13,000 and 93,000 recoveries. So there's a lot of cases in the world at this moment, right? But all this thing leads back to is going to be a deep debt, or America's going to go into a depression. And if to get out of the depression, they're going to want you to take the chip. But the scriptures already predicted these things, that was going to happen and it was going to follow. Okay. Okay, this is Ecclesiastes. I'm gonna go to 12:3. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3 says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders shall cease because they are few." Right now, the grinders just going to basically working. There's no working. You see the world, well, at least America, actually the world is actually slowed down. And like a brother made a point, the elder Yashabamba, you hear the birds more, because what? America, the economy and the industrial industry has calmed down, so the birds get to breathe a lot more. It's not that much pollution in the air, even though it's polluted. They're singing a little bit more at night. Birds are singing. Animals are coming out more. Okay. It said the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, right? Because it ain't no future. So they're looking out the windows, but their future is nothing to see. Okay? And the doors shall be shut in the streets like now. All right? When the sound of the grinding is low, and it's low, most people are out of work at this moment because of the coronavirus, and the sound of the streets, and when the sound of low, the doors will be shut. Really meaning you're gonna have out of business. I mean, out of business signs gonna pop up after that. We're gonna have signs because of the coronavirus where we're not serving at this moment. Well, which gonna lead to basically they're not gonna be able to pay their bills when all this thing come back up because people who own those. A lot of people who own houses. Some people who own houses will actually have to, leave them in a few months because hey, the bill don't stop. Hey, if you didn't pay for the last 2 months, that's 2 months behind. So and plus if I didn't get paid, I'm used to getting paid $900 a week, and you're giving me probably $900 for every 2 weeks. I'm missing some money. So and businesses are not have working. Okay, it says, "On the doors of the street shall be the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird." A bird is like an alarm clock. So if you get up in the morning and it says, "On the door of music shall be brought low," right? Okay. Okay. So the economics of America is we already know that they want to implode the economy. So we're in the business as men of the Lord in the name of Yahweh Shema Shah, just to basically report these things and just do the will of Yahweh Shema Shah. So-called white man Esau is gonna have it the way he's going to try to have it. That's why the scriptures tell you when they think they're gonna fill their belly, hey, the Most High basically gonna come and tear that shit down. Because they trying to complete their enterprise. So with this taking the economy low, now it's taking the economy to the point where you put a big national debt, which is $7 more trillion over it. I believe the total debt is 91 trillion. So you got all that together. You just add more. You making it closer when the police are going to say, "Look, we're going to implode this. We want our money. We're going to call those loans back, and if you can't get them, they're going to try to put everyone to slavery. To be in slavery, you're going to have to receive that chip, that mark." Okay. All right. Let's go to Habakkuk or Habakkuk 2. I think I started one. It says, "I will stand upon my watch and set me before the tower and watch, and will watch and see." Watch. It said, watch to see what he will say unto me, what I should answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, "Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he run that readeth it." Okay, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, for because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Although it seem like it's a long time, it's still coming. It's coming the time Yahweh Shema shall ordain. Behold, the soul which is lifted up is not upright, and that's so-called white man, right? He has no worries about nothing, man. Right now, he's the sole proprietor he's sole ruler, through the spiritual demon Satan of America. He's the most wicked. He does the most wickedest thing. Not castrate, but he circumcised babies with his mouth. Giving them diseases. It's the wickedness that we don't know. They homosexuality. Always have a pyramid somewhere, older Egypt type deal. And not in him, but the just shall live by faith, right? Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, right? He's in every land. Got the IMF taking everybody's resources. Who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, right? He can't be satisfied. He wants your life, man. He's basically is death. He's the what they call it. He's the beast. He's basically the beast master. He is the beast, you know. But he's the harbinger of death. That's what I want to say. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Okay. Heapeth and says, and gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So all the nations are in this. Basically, America is called the melting pot. That's how he heapeth all people. Hell, he even got the world, but everybody comes to America, but he'll heap every nation. Every nation is supposed to have their own land, all right? And it's not so, because the so-called white man, even in Rome and Greece, mixed it up. Hell, even the Persians. Well, you know, it was similar to that in Nebuchadnezzar time also, or Babylon with Cush, okay, and with the Nimrod, okay. Shall not all these things take up a proverb against them, a parable against them, a taunting proverb against them? Woe, and when the word woe goes in the word destruction, to him that increaseth that which is that's not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. So you can't go in nothing and hold a debt, or somebody will hold that debt over your head. So that's why the scriptures tell you a borrower is subject to the lender, man. So whoever has this money, and at least the ones that the lenders, man, they got money that's out there that they're borrowing with China and other countries, but the elites of the world are the ones who basically are the lenders. So America is, and the so-called white man is borrowers, you know. So we're under the guise of that this is a free country. It's not, you know. We're in a deep state. We're in the empire, and we're in a deadly empire right now. This thing is about to implode, man. And the thick clay is what? It's debt. The word goes into Ibadyat. I'll pull it up. Okay. Ibadyat, right? It says wage plus heavy debts. That's what America is in, especially with $1 trillion out there. What you gonna? They cannot get out this debt, man. Ain't no way. They just gonna keep borrowing to that bubble pop, man. And it's actually a ceiling, you know. And that's after that, hey, they gonna call the debts back, and they gonna want the people as their slaves, you know, and reduce population. All right. Shall they not rise up suddenly, and shall they not bite thee awake, that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties. Booties is our treasure unto them, because they have spoiled many nations. Yeah, they went in every nation and took, you know, and sometimes they went in the guise of democracy, which is basically the way of getting to a country, you know, and disguising it. The so-called white man he's good at disguising it, because look, at the same thing, he accusing us, and he's actually putting stuff in front of us. No, we got issues, you know. This man knows that red and yellow will make you hungry. This guy did a deep. His scripture says he's wiser than Daniel. Okay, all right. It says, because they have spoiled many nations, and all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. It's gonna be spoiled because, hey, now when the fire sale is gone, these nations are gonna invade this place. And they're going to take some people. And it says, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and all that dwell therein. Right? Okay? And we're glad that this place is about to implode, man. Hey, who want to keep working in this place, man? You know, because soon enough, it's going to be shut doors. People going to be starving. The men of the Lord is going to eat, you know. So we're in a time where, hey, either you get with this word, repent, get down with this word, repent, be brotherly to brothers, hey, because you got guys that's kind of changing heart, man. You know, really seeing this thing happen. Hey, and that's through the Lord, man. There's nothing to brag or boast about. It's just, it was said, you know. But so with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, about you, my shot, peace, citation, your brothers, and shalom.